watching us. And here, I've got a spotter's radio for Ricky G, who's out there in staging right now in a Pro 2. I'm going to see if I can get any last-minute words from our driver right now. So let's see if we can make this work. Hey, Ricky G, this is Scott Rain in the Sound Tower. Do you have a copy?
Sure, I have a copy.
Well, first race of the year, man. Your crew, your dad, Charlie Schleve, all those guys have busted their butts, and you have busted your butt as well physically in the shop, in the gym. I mean, you are ready to go for 2022. What are you hoping for this opening weekend?
So, we're definitely hoping for really good results, trying to be smooth, consistent, no mistakes. Definitely trying to make more and more improvements on the truck, trying to make it faster each time I go on the track. And that's exactly what I think we have right now is a really fast truck and something that can get us a win today.
Well, are you nervous? Are you confident? Are you excited? I mean, what is your emotion right now in a brand new truck?
Calm as a cucumber, baby.
Yeah, something tells me that might not be the case, but I'll go with it as I'm watching your dad right now, too. He's kind of kicked back a little bit. He's got his headset in his lap, and he's kind of got his arms crossed and is relaxed right now. But best of luck, man. We'll be listening to you the entire race, and maybe we can get a quick word with you during the competition yellow. What do you say?
It's good to me. Thank you.
Best of luck, my friend. And once again, that was Ricky G, Ricky Gutierrez, in Pro 2 as he's back there in staging right now, getting ready to come out on the track. And we've got Tammy Vandervest back in Wisconsin, as well as Shauna Stamper going, let's go, Ricky G. So that's pretty cool. In fact, I had the radio in my hands just about 5 minutes ago, and I was kind of eavesdropping a little bit. And there was a moment, just a scant moment, that I thought that Ricky G sounded kind of like nervous, because he was looking at the gauges and he was getting the oil pressure and the water pressure screwed up, and he thought things were at issue. So everything's fine. He's ready to go. They got everything squared away as we're getting ready for Pro 2. Here is our lineup on the front row, picking right up where they left off in 2021 on the pole. It's the 78 of Ricky Gutierrez. Outside of him, last year's champion in Pro 2, defending champion in 2022, the 65, the eBay Motors of Dave Mason Jr. Row 2 inside, brand new, beautiful looking body paint scheme. It's the number 96 of Troy Cox, and outside of him, the 76 of Mason McCarthy. Ladies and gentlemen, these things sound way different than what you've been listening to all day long. You know what? As they come to that final turn to take the green flag, believe me or not, but I'm going to shut up. I'm going to steal the microphone away from Dave, and we are going to listen the horsepower into turn 1. Ladies and gentlemen, Pro 2.
Oh, my goodness. I haven't had a Lennon Pepsi in a while. All right, let's have some fun here. Ricky now. Awesome. Little Ricky. Or Suavecito. That's what they're calling
it. Nice job, Dave. Outside in turn 1, going side by side. There's 3 wide through turn 1. Look out. And look who has the hole shot.
Oh, my goodness.
Ha ha. That's what you do, man. You wait for the doors of the chapel to open up, and you walk right down the middle. And look who's coming right back to the inside. It's Ricky G.
Well, out front, Ricky G, we see how that truck built by COD and Charlie Schleve, and, of course, right behind him, Cole Mamer. Helped build Trey Clark's truck. He also maintains it all year long, so that's pretty cool. He talked about that young kid. Well, yeah. Cole doing a heck of a job there. Troy Cox out front, Dave Mason Jr., and then looks like McCarthy right behind him, Mason.
Boy, that red and white sure pops on that track.
It does.
Huh? Wow.
I like it. The orange and white and the red and white, very smart combinations.
tell you, Troy's not going anywhere. He's only 3, maybe 4 truck lengths back. And,
yeah.
Man. Yeah, Ricky G was saying he was cool as a cucumber. Yeah. But he definitely is confident. I mean, there's only one way to drive these trucks. That's hard on the gas and hard on the brake, nothing in between.
You can't drive them in between.
That's all. The only way you get them to handle right.
Yeah, they will smack you around. You know, the way the suspension's set up, the preload on it, you can't be gentle. You got to drive it like you stole it. Drive it like a rental.
I love these stutter bumps that go into turn 1. You have to hit that last one already pitched for the turn, and you're flying sideways through the air before you land. Yeah. Yeah. It kind of reminds me, if you remember at Lancaster, during the torque races, it's the same kind of thing. You going to turn 1, you had to.
They had those fingers.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh!
Troy off the track a little bit. Will he lose a spot? Nope, he hangs on, but he lost a big-time gap to our leader, Ricky
Did
G.
he over-rotate just now almost? A little bit. Here comes Dave Mason Jr., the eBay Motors.
Now, Dave has got very little time on that truck.
Oh, over-rotation there.
Yeah, Dave Mason's got very little time on that truck, so.
Another new truck for him.
Yeah, he's got his one from last year's for sale, and that's a championship truck.
Yep.
So, I mean, he's all in for this season. He got eBay Motors. He's running the full schedule back in the Midwest and here, defending his championship.
Just a little busy.
Ricky G's doing the same thing. I haven't had a chance to talk to Troy to find out what his plans are.
They're going to be, him and Cole are going to be running back in champ. He did last year, too. Hopefully we get him out for a couple out here for sure.
And this is where I could turn the radio back on and listen to what the spotters saying to Ricky and what they're saying.
Well,
back
he's got
and
a
forth.
good lead, but I think it might be a good time to listen when you. Caution.
Oh, we're doing that. We're already doing that.
Oh yeah.
But I'm saying like right now because it's so hard. Remember last year, he was very, very excited, kind of a driver, and Charlie was struggling to calm him down, to save the truck at certain points, to get on it at certain points.
Well, and then you also did that with Dave Mason, too, the same thing. They were telling him, back it down. Steve Barlow, we were listening to him spot for him.
But that truck is handling so different than the one from last year. When they come out of the corner, they accelerate, and the back of that truck squats.
Yep.
But watch the truck now, his new one. He goes around the corner, pitches it, accelerates. The whole truck, front and back, squat. And that's what I find. And it's all geometry.
Yeah, it's very level.
They moved a lot of stuff around, the weight transfers and all that kind of stuff. The pivot points, they moved it all around.
Yeah, and it changed his braking points, a little bit more front brake, because they do have 2 brake systems on it, 2 masters. And you've seen when they used to run the double pedals. That's changed quite a bit.
To say nothing of having a Roush engineer here full time.
Tell you what, Roush built some power. We've seen them, Roush build a lot of these bullets for over quite a few years.
Well, building it is one thing, but being here and actually
it's
plugging it in and let them do their thing, and then they show you physically instead of doing everything
where you need to
over
be
the
at.
internet or whatever, phone call wise. But the competition yellow has just come out. And I can't help but think, okay, Dave Sr. is telling Dave Jr., now's the time.
Now you got to ramp it up.
Now we're going to see.
Oh, don't worry about it, man. Don't worry about it.
This is between Charlie Schleve and Ricky G, so listen close.
The timer showing you're half a second faster than Dave Mason. Do that. Temps, Ricky. Oil temp 225, water temp in 185, transit temp out 273, transit temp in at 224. All right, bud, that's perfect. Just keep an eye on these ruts here, okay? Everything feels okay? Everything feels really good. Actually, only getting faster and faster, so. Yep, you copied green this time, right? No, but just let me know if he says anything on the receiver. Yeah, green this time by, so you set the, you're the pace setter, so you set the pace. They're single file behind you.
Oh, and the games begin.
Just don't leave any inside stuff open here.
Ladies and gentlemen, that was Charlie Schlevy, the spotter, crew chief for Ricky G, and Ricky himself. Pretty interesting, man. As we're going back to green for the second half, Dave Mason right there on the back bumper.
He was not going to be caught sleeping. And Zach McCarthy trying to sneak up there the inside.
Oh, man, Ricky G went drifted off the track just on the exit of turn 1, was able to save it, maintains the lead, pulls back onto the track about a 2-truck length lead over Dave Mason. Man, they are flying off that infield jump right now.
They're all pretty much right on the same step right here. Dave Mason Jr. trying to turn it up just a little bit. Ricky is going to have to protect that line there. He's got to drive his preferred line.
Ricky appears to be able to maintain a certain drift all the way through the turns. It looks like going into the corner,
yeah,
Mason
constant.
almost over-rotates at the beginning of the turn, is able to collect it, and kind of diamonds the corner, where Ricky has a really nice arch all the way through.
And Dave getting used to that new truck. It's got to be, like you said, different geometry setups. You can see it's a little bit set up different there. Ricky's, they really worked on it. And see that time, Mason McCarthy, a little out of shape there, able to collect it. Cox moves up into third.
Oh, Mason, big time.
Up and over.
Huge rollover. Body panels have fallen off. But the thing is, it looked violent because it was up in the air and did multiple rolls, landed on the tires. But big time, hooked a rut to the turn.
You got some right front damage to the front A-arms. Look like they've unfortunately snapped something there.
Yeah, the right front of that truck is dipped way down low in the track.
They say you might need a camber adjustment.
So right now, I just
funny.
want to see Mason crawl out of the truck. I haven't seen any semblance of a window that go down.
He's sitting upright okay, but we'll see. Get the word from race control.
I'm not sure if this is something that our crew back in the trailer can do a replay on, but boy.
That was gnarly.
It caught me off guard, so I'm sure it caught them off guard as well.
I'm sure it caught Dave off guard.
Jeez. And that is a brand new truck.
Oh, I know.
I think he drove it for the first time yesterday, if I remember right.
I think you were saying something about that when I was watching your live feed.
Yeah.
It's like I can't be there, but I can watch Scott's feed. And then he turned the camera on himself, and it scared me. All right, come on, Dave. I'm going to see if he's okay. Get him out of the truck, hopefully.
Okay, I'm getting a thumbs up from race control that he's okay. So
get him on the hook.
Let's put it this way. You watch the guys in the red shirts. If they're running around frantically, there's a situation.
If he's calm.
They're all standing there, kind of like letting him get his marbles back where they belong, kind of get a sense about him. And Dave's a big kid. So he can take a pounding, no doubt. But
not a big kid anymore. He's a man. I'm not going to call him
He's a kid. He will forever be a kid.
I know.
He'll be 65 and I'll be 90. He'll be a kid.
He's our little trophy car kid, right?
Yeah, exactly. I got pictures of him at home up on the wall even. Yeah. But yeah, when they start running around frantically, then you got an issue. When the guys in red shirts are kind of calm, I just wonder if he wanted to stay in the truck and just get me off the track, please.
I don't want to do the walk of shame. Give me a ride off. Yeah, there's some damage. Hopefully that's all it is. Some replacement parts. Hopefully the bullet's okay. The transmission still good. Could hope for the best. I know there's a truck with spare parts somewhere.
Yeah.
Might be parked right behind that one was.
I'm just wondering if our production truck was able to catch that or not. That is one incident we'd love to see a replay on, but if they can't, that's fine too.
We just got a little bump there, McCarthy and Cox there. Troy Cox and the red and white machine, the all black, Mason McCarthy, and of course the
I don't mean
orange
this in
and
a
white.
bad way, but this kind of I think that this kind of gave a shot in the arm for Troy. Not right now running in second. It's little things like that if you're running one car back can really get you pumped up a little bit.
No, just open the door for me.
Yeah, kind of.
Yep.
Along that line, yeah. But right now it looks like we're looking at a bulletproof leader.
I didn't hear you say that.
I just don't see any kryptonite for that truck. I don't see anything. Whether it be driver, crew, truck itself, support. Right now, that is one incredibly stout piece of machinery for the first race of the season. It's outstanding.
Well, I thought you were going to tell me how svelte he was, too.
Well, he's definitely buff. Man, he's been working out like crazy.
Yeah, looking good. Suavecito. All right, here they come around.
Looks like, let's see, there's a white flag coming out this time around, I believe.
I believe it's the checkered flag.
It's a checkered flag.
Yeah,
how about that?
The white flag was the last one, yep.
One turn remaining. Here comes our leader, going to be our winner. Here comes Ricky Gutierrez with the first win of the season.
Ricky G. And our drone just went down.
Cox will come around in second with McCarthy rounding up the podium. Well, ladies and gentlemen, back at home, stick around if you like to watch the final interview at the podium of the day with our Pro 2 drivers. We'll send Dave Arnold down to the podium one final time this afternoon to talk to Gutierrez, Cox, and McCarthy about the first Pro 2 race of the year. If not, we want to thank you for tuning in. And we'll be doing this all over again tomorrow afternoon at 12 noon Pacific time. And for all the fans here in the stands, don't go home. Please stick around for a while, walk the pits, introduce yourself to the drivers, get some pictures, get some autographs. That's what this sport is all about, and the only way we'll get it to grow out here in the southwest part of the country. For all the fans at home, there's Ricky G climbing out of his brand new Pro 2. Looks like we got the Schlevy boys down there trackside with him. So, is that Mo we got trackside? Is that Mo down there? The tire specialist? Yeah, just ask him. He calls himself the tire specialist. He's grooved more tires than I think anybody in the recent years. We got McCarthy out here ready to hit the podium. Where's Dave Arnold? Dave, get the boys up there. Let's get this taken care of, man.
I told you, Scott, just a zip line from up there to the podium. I'll get here faster. I'll beat everybody.
Well, for all the race fans at home, guess what? Our producers and our directors back in the trailer found the footage of the rollover of Dave Mason Jr. Check this out. As they go into the right hand, yeah, he basically hooked her up. Not too bad. I think initially the right rear may have had some damage. Maybe the left front. But boy, what a great job our drone pilot caught all this. So a special treat for the fans back at home. So glad you guys stay tuned in to catch this. But Dave Mason is okay. We got the thumbs up from race control that he's fine, and the truck is already off the track and headed back to their pit area. As right now, thanks a lot, guys, back in the trailer. They did one hell of a job this afternoon. Thank you so very, very much. And let's now go trackside to Dave Arnold. Dave, you got the man, Ricky, on the podium.
Yeah, that's right. We'll go ahead and get them all up here and talk to them about it. We'll get Troy up here and Mason talked about this race. All right, here we go, coming on up here. And boy, did some drivers find some speed in the off-season. Mason McCarthy, you know, it's been a little time since you guys been on the short track, but man, looks like you guys haven't lost a step.
Yeah, it was definitely a pretty crazy race. Had the truck up on two wheels a couple times, but, you know, it was a good time, a lot of fun, and got third.
Well, it was a little crazy. I watched you over. You were doing really good, and all of a sudden you come over and that left-hander over there, and you went around. But just watching the speed that you guys are all, you're really close.
Yeah, we're definitely all pretty close. It was definitely a cool race to watch probably. But, yeah, that turn is definitely rough, and the truck is really soft. So it's a bad combination.
Well, I know you probably want to thank some people for being up here.
Yeah, I just got to thank my dad for all the time and money he puts in, the whole crew, Brian, Christian,